And if Ench can get 6 in the meantime while he's doing this, they will end up winning this lane, which has a Magnus in it. If you win your Magnus lane, you're generally very happy. And if Ench can get 6 in the meantime while he's doing this, doesn't even have to be huge. Even
Sandstorm and farm bottom lane. Hasn't had to use a Sentry and Quelling Blade, and hasn't even really got that much CS. He's 5-0 against the 15-4 of Paparazzi. Hasn't had to use a Sentry Paparazzi to have a pretty good game. Like, Juggernaut hasn't really got that much CS. He's 5-0 against the 15-4 of Paparazzi. I don't think there's been a single game where you've said he's performed Paparazzi to have a pretty good game. Like, Juggernaut hasn't made this Juggernaut work, especially 5-0 against the 15-4 Paparazzi. I don't think there's been a single game where you've said he's performed Paparazzi to have a pretty good game. Like, Juggernaut hasn't made this Juggernaut work, especially 5-0 against the 15-4 Paparazzi.
I think he has improved a lot lately and really climbed himself up to the top of the list of the best carries in the world. Just mainly, it's not really his mechanics that have improved that much, it's his decision making. He just understands the map better, knows the limits of his heroes better, and it's showing in the results this year for Vici Gaming.
I feel like I also, like on both of these teams, there's the supports that make space for a lot of these cores too. Like, DY's been having a great time, but here comes your toss as Tim's going to work very early on. Paralyzing cast make it difficult to move forward. The Avalanche buying space, combining with the Burrow Strike. This will be first blood. Going the way of Gabby. Paparazzi, there's no real way he can intimidate them to get off his support.
That's great news for Gabby to get the kill. 300 gold, it's the same as 6.5 creeps. Now you're going to have the swap going around, so Sand King will still stay bottom for now, looking to pull, and I guess he's waiting to see what Vici Gaming's rotations are. Now that Enchantress has TP'd bottom, they might want to swap something around again, and that looks to be the case. Gabby is now starting to run across the map while Sand King stays bottom to face the Enchantress.
Tim's going to go towards mid. Shadow Strike out, already line strike away from Ori, connects on Armnell. Thanks to that regeneration, he's got all the mana and the health to fight this one, even the help coming in from AU. Now they may even get more. Tims has got tossed back. Magnus arrived. He'll go for a quick skewer, grabbing two with the paralyzing cast. Tims as well as AU have to separate themselves up, but look at Armel. Blinks underneath the tower, kills off Fate, copping a hell of a lot of damage, but they've got 3 heroes here. TNC as one. They push underneath the tower, keeping the pods coming in. Maybe now it's a little too deep from Tims.
As one, they feed the tiny in the trees. Yeah. Didn't get the toss that he wanted there on the Witch Doctor. A melee creep came in the way, so Tims could not get the target that he wanted. But at the very least, they were diving with the chat wheel active, so looking to be in good spirits.
It's what you want to see if you're a TNC fan, right? Like, they're getting in there, they're fighting hard. It may not always make total sense, but that's how you topple one of the strongest teams in the tournament.
I like the mindset, though, that they're just trying to put the pressure, right? Even though that was an overextension, the idea of playing this hard aggression and just keeping on cycling your cooldowns to get bonus kills, I think is a good approach. You don't want to just sit back and chill, and they've made some good laning adjustments by ensuring that the Sand King is playing against Enchantress, so Lifestealer has a better time. The Lifestealer against Jugger lane's completely fine. They're both going to farm. If Jugger gets some kill potential with a spin, you just rage it off, and you're absolutely safe and sound, so no problem there. Vici Gaming, however, are still the ones with the early lead. They've just got the better gold out of their lanes overall, mid lane.
Ori's being attacked, so will Elgato. He's going to run straight past him, looking for the primary kill onto the Lina. Toss him up, throw him down. Okay.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Confirmed, dead.
Confirmed.
And they did this with the Siege Creep alive too. They might want to keep this alive, but they can't do it. There's no additional creeps, no glyph. And this will not turn into any tower damage. Something to keep in mind, as we've talked about, this team doesn't have the best pushing potential, so you really need to play around those catapults. And the gank timing was good, but the wave was dead.
We're going to go again.
Lina nuked it out.
Wait, hang on. There's a sentry ward down. Tims is... he's playing because he thinks he has the advantage with the extra information, but Fate's here. DY will start with the Maldic, skewer him over into Ori, combining with the Laguna Blade. Tims, man, I know he wants information, I know he feels confident, but that Maldic pop is going to finish him off.
And yeah, he wants to get in here. He wants to get information in the enemy jungle because obviously you're playing against the Magnus and Power lineup. They're going to be stacking camps for the Jugger to farm later. And while Jugger is farming and playing defensively in the jungle, the Enchantress can just play super aggressively in lanes because she's so hard to kill. And that's a nice balance in this lineup, is the pressure that can come from that hero as well as the Lina pushing out waves to keep TNC having to go back and defend and clearing up, giving them that space.
Here they go again with the Observer and Sentry. They're making sure Ori can't see him coming right up the hill. They'll block TNC into the mid. Paralyzing cast can make this a little bit more problematic. Ori, he's getting a lot of damage out. AU's going to go down. Ori will still fall for this course, but Yang's had time to TP over. Armel TPing out. One more impetus. That'll be enough damage. And Armel, not enough time on that TP to get away to safety.
Yeah, they were super ready to help out there. Might see a bit of a change up from Ori in this game. Maybe getting a little tankier in his build would be super useful. They seem to be targeting him really hard. Maybe getting one bracer or a raindrop. Anything that can give him just that little extra time for them to connect, and this could go even better.
But I think he's already had 3 of the deaths of the 5 kills the TNC has claimed. So
they're targeting him really hard, but guess what that means? That just means the Enchantress and Jugger are having great games. And now that Gabby's laying against Ench, you see the problem. He's getting zoned out, won't be able to farm here, and he's going to leave this lane. It's not feasible for him to stay up here. And of course, you have him power lineup. Sure, you target out one core, but you're not even targeting the guy who's going to, you know, carry the game, which should more than likely be the Juggernaut with power. So the upside, of course, is the guy that they are targeting is the primary playmaker. And if you stifle Lina a bit, Vici Gaming will be playing more defensively, but so far it's okay. They're getting what they need.
Yeah, TNC need to add more pressure. But they still don't have that perfect timing yet. The Infest from Gabby just being used for farming and lane presence for the moment. And Cuckoo doesn't have that delivery system with a Blink Dagger, but it looks like they're going to give him top lane. But it really does feel like SK needs to get a lot more out of this game before TNC can be properly enabled, even with Tim's toss.
Both of the items he has queued up on Sand King are super good this game. I suppose he will get the dagger first, but I still think you get Veil after that. It's incredible for your whole team. They have insane amounts of magic damage to get amplified by it. Oh, he's going to get dusted.
Right, Cuckoo, however, Burrow strikes the other side. He'll be away.
Did that, okay. Minus 90 gold. There's nobody there to help him. That kill is just flat out not happening from Yang. But maybe a bit of a fear factor going forward.
Cuckoo feels fine enough just to buy up the bottle as well. Just walk through, back up to full health and decent mana. Good timing for it as well, as the 10-minute bounty runes are about to spawn. TNC's looking to fight around the bottom, but Radiant scan up on the hill. It does ping, so they're already a little bit concerned. Witch Doctor throws out the cast, won't bounce to anyone but Juggernaut. Ready to fight, needs some damage with Maledict already being committed. Ancient Apparition's back to relative safety, but with 3 seconds of the runes, Sentry wards are down. Witch Doctor getting really caught out by the Avalanche. Maybe with the heal, no, it's still not going to be enough. But PG Gaming, they want to fight. Shockwave connects onto the Infest. Tiny, where are you going? Yeah, you've got someone else inside of you now. Gabby will pop out. Paparazzi's already got the kill on Tim's. While up on top, Cuckoo keeping Yang away from the runes, but because he burrow striked in, no escape. Sandstorm was just on cooldown. And Yang, well, he already had the dust anyway, so big kills from Vici Gaming happening on both sides of the map.
And it's Siege Creep Wave. They're pushing out bottom. Enchantress is starting a push up top as well, has 2 waves. And that catapult, so bottom tower definitely going down. Mid tower, see Fade immediately walking over here to try and defend it. Will more than likely be absolutely successful. There's
trouble DY. Nah, Tim's has already killed him.
And he's dead. That's really high levels on Tiny. Level 7 now, minute 10. That's great for him.
He's been involved in all of the kills. All 7. 2 kills, 5 assists.
The cores on Vici Gaming are happy. We talked about this is the early game, the early stage of the game.
Skewer underneath the tier 2 tower in mid. Fade. Sonic Wave pushes him back. The Shadow Strike was going to kill him, but Armel really trying to push the issue. Ori will arrive, but it's all a little too late.
So another extra kill going the way of TNC onto Fade, but where's the tower damage? Are you limiting the Vici Gaming lineup from getting what they want accomplished? They got the bottom tower, they're almost getting the top tower, and this is the farming side that's doing the pushing, right? This is the lineup that you expected would maybe be a little bit slower, and they're still the first ones to get a tower and almost get the second one. So very good news for Vici Gaming.
They're trying to go up for Enchantress. The Ice Blast is coming in. They just have to hold him there, and they're able to do so. Yang.
Nice execution.
Felt really good about pushing the tower as well, but the Midas took out the catapult, and then the push power just came a little too slow, and still by himself. Just in case you needed to raise the spirits.
Yep.
So Vici, like, you've still done heavy damage to the tier 1 tower up on top. You've taken the bottom tier 1 tower as well. Is this that point where you're actually happy to let the T1 tower go? Should the TP in?
This is pretty dangerous.
Well, here comes your avalanche already. DY, open wounds up, can't move away, paralyzing cast, making it difficult for TNC to instantly disengage. Paparazzi has the Omni Slash available. Here comes your Ice Blast, however. Yang and Paparazzi both getting chilled to the bone. And they need more help to arrive. Fate's thinking about making his own play. He's going to skewer himself away. He wanted to skewer into the RP if they really want to have the fight, but maybe now Ori can find an exiting hero. With a Lion Strike Array, they control Cuckoo. He'll Burrow Strike away, but because he's been dusted up, one more attack. He went down to 18 HP. The Shockwave, it pulls him back down to 29. They still need one more. The Flame will reach from afar. Ori channels the power of the dragon.
Really nice
spell. The Sand
Super good spell casting. They hit so many things right on the edge. The Shockwave was great. The Dragon Slave in the end, just barely clipping. They get the impetus off as well before he gets down. Super nice from Vici Gaming. And I thought they were going to lose this tower and maybe a couple of kills, but they end up holding it barely, and they are the ones rewarded with a tower kill. They get this on the Jugger. He's now far ahead of the curve.
He's right in front of 3 heroes.
And, but he's not walking up.
All right.
Maybe old Paparazzi would have farmed that camp. But new Paparazzi.
They were hoping for it. The Ice Blast just flew straight over the top of him.
Version 2.0 does not make that mistake anymore.
And that's the kind of clean, sharp play. That's the reason why a lot of people were backing Vici Gaming coming into this TI.
Yep.
Like even over teams like LGD. So Fade's getting his time to farm up inside the jungle. There's so much space in the jungles. DY earning all the fantasy points by stacking every single possible camp he can.
You love that, don't you? Do you have him in your team today?
Of course I do.
Oh.
Of course I do. Like, you're 14 minutes into the game and he's got 13 fantasy points. That's how fast DY moves.
But he also has a haste now, so
yeah,
also moves fast.
That was the intended visual pun.
Oh, I didn't know you were looking at that. I'm looking at my own stuff.
I'm looking at everything, man. I see all. Gabby takes the tier 1 tower up on top. Actually, he misses the last hit on it. But still be a tier 1 tower dropping. The mid tier 1 tower is being chipped away. Fade will finally come out and defend that. But Vici Gaming starting to have some damage done to their map control. Losing the tier 1 tower up on top as well as mid. This is really going to start to feel a restriction and an opportunity for TNC to at least gain some vision. If you can get those orbs down, see where Vici is moving.
I thought Vici were not going to fight the top tower, but defend everything else, or try to defend everything else in the game. But showing that they already want to defend the top tower, I think they're willing to fight for every tower on the map. The question is, are TNC? They're getting a bit surprised here in mid. Have to pop the glyph.
Ice
3
Blast
heroes came out here.
Support's arriving as well. The Ice Blast into the back lines. He'll connect over only on Fade. Cuckoo and Armel TP'd into the side trees with Tims. But Vici is fine with this. It's still going to be a 2-2 rune trade. Yang still building up, and if TNC want to fight, Vici are more than ready. Level 2 Omni Slash. The Manta style is freshly done over on Paparazzi. Ori with the Yule Scepter knows he's able to control or potentially escape. The only thing they're really missing from this fight is kind of Fate's Blink Dagger. Then it feels a lot better for Vici. Then there's that initiation you were talking about.
And they don't have to brute force this mid tower, but what they're accomplishing by going there is they're forcing TNC to react, and that means they're not making their own moves. So it's the good old saying, right? Sometimes a good offense is the best defense. Is that how it goes?
Yeah,
something like that. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah,
I mean,
other way around.
No, but it was the same thing I said, just in the other order. But anyway, you get what I mean. You play aggressive, and in return, you end up defending your mid lane. Because every time they make the move first and TNC react, it's a win, as long as they're farming, too. So stretch that as far as you can, right? You know you're not playing the high stun teamfight lineup, but if you can get skirmishes going and make TNC move after you, it's good news.
TNC still have more time to wait before they can fight. We actually thought the Cuckoo might go to Blink Dagger. We went Veil and now is going into the Blink. So it still feels like it needs both items. Almost the downside about Vici Gaming. Yeah, you could farm up inside your own jungle, but because these tier 1 towers have been taken out, there's some safer areas for TNC to farm on bottom lane. Because Vici don't want to keep pressuring this. In fact, Vici, they're looking for their own kind of movement. TNC is smoked up looking for something on bottom lane. No one's coming to contest that. Once again, Vici arrive at the tier 1 tower at mid.
Did you notice TNC's movement there? They started making their own move towards bottom. Vici start pushing in toward mid, and they have to cycle back in again. Ice Blast.
Ice Blast, no! Bossa pushes Yang out, saving himself. And now the Ancient Apparition trapped underneath the Juggernaut. Tanking is dying in the backlines too. The Maldit, I think, is actually going to end up popping him off camera. Yep, that's what happens. Your Scepter is just the catch out. Amel can't move anywhere with the RP and Aussie Slash. TNC are playing stuck in the mud, and no one wants to run through their legs.
Perfect fight from them. If Yang could have somehow not been clipped by the Ice Blast, that's the ideal fight. But they still got that on him, so they get the 1 kill. But again, TNC trying to move bottom, Vici immediately pressure mid, TNC cross back, and then they lose that fight and the tower. And it doesn't look like much with a 2k gold lead, but this kind of lineup hits this critical, point of critical mass when Jugger becomes a monster. He is so far ahead already, 2,000 gold ahead of the Lifestealer, and if you keep letting this guy farm up, give him an Aegis, he's an excellent high ground sieger too.
And he's always got so many damn stacks. And we're actually seeing this moment again, so the RP, while the Omni Slash was still going, just gives Paparazzi that triple kill. It's like, yep, okay, nice. Nice.
Ice Blast.
Yeah, looking for Fade. Avalanche, toss combination. This is what TNC wanted. Even though the Blink Dagger gets bought by Fade, he won't lose any money, but they need to be aggressive. And now Lifestealer caught out. He'll rage up quickly. Just wants to run out, but he cannot make it to the creep. The Death Ward able to continue to reach out, not to mention all the Ori buff. That's the first reveal of the Shadow Blade too. He only just got this.
Yep, this is not that common of a Lina build nowadays, but immediately put to use for a great kill. It's a good way for them to catch the Queen of Pain as well, and another escape tool. So, yeah, it seems like every time TNC get even a little bit going. It's like, yay, we got this mag kill. Oh, we lost our carry. So the trade-off once again against them. And now it's a 3k gold lead for Juggernaut. Well, what do you know? He gained another 1,000 in 1 minute because of the kill on the Lifestealer.
And he's almost finished his Skadi. Like, we're 20 minutes in. He's got enough to pick up the ultimate. Or just needs the money for the point booster now. Ice Blast is flying again. This one will be short. If it did connect, Tim's was there ready to go, but he'll deward the sentry instead. Just pressure being applied on all sides. Cuckoo's trying to keep him out of the bottom. He also now has the Blink as well as Veil. Got to bring in this team fight from TNC. And if it's just not a team fight, at least a pick-off.
Yeah. It's starting to feel a little bit tricky right now. I think they're going to wait for the Lifestealer Radiance, and then that's a timing that they want to try to find a team fight.
They have other items, though, which let them fight. Like, obviously, Ancient Apparition is able to enable Tims. As long as they have a setup and he can go from range with the Ice Blast. But the Orchid build over on Queen of Pain, this comes around the 20-minute mark. Yeah, is there enough momentum in TNC to actually justify an Orchid pickup?
It's just not very good, this game, is it? Like, Juggernaut has Manta Style, he can remove it. The Lina has Shadow Blade and Yuel, she can remove it, and the Enchantress has Force Staff, so if she gets Orchid, she can reposition herself. There's just very limited plays with this item. I think, sure, maybe you can get the Magnus, or you can get the Witch Doctor, but it's not the way you want to start the fight going on the Witch Doctor. So it's a bit tricky for TNC, honestly. Like, when this Radiance comes out, let's see what they're going to do, because it's one thing to have the tools to fight with. Will you find the fight too? You can't just go to a tower and be like, hey, Vici, come at us. We're stronger than you, come fight us. Because your tower push is atrocious. It's pretty bad. Like, Lifestealer needs maybe a Desolator before he truly starts hitting these towers, and he can't realistically commit rage to do tower damage, because then he exposes himself to getting killed off afterwards.
And he's not going Desolator yet. The Radiance just got completed and Armlet's next to the quick fire.
I mean, he wouldn't go Deso second item anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Just mean it's like, it's that time you now have to wait.
This time right now is when TNC's strategy is meant to be ahead and destroying the opponent, and it missed. It just didn't happen. So now you're back on recovery mode, plan B.
Vici's ready to fight. They smoke up. 4 heroes together. Should also flag BTs on Ori, so he's going up to the top lane to push it out, but it's Fade. Gonna look for the jump in towards mid. Tim's hiding in the tree lines, but Vici Gaming just move a little bit to the side. Tim's reveals himself, quick blink away.
Broke the smoke on Mag, but they didn't see him.
Okay, extra TP coming in from Cuckoo. Arriving under the shrine, 4-man smoke from TNC. Probably feeling like they have an opportunity, and they definitely do. Blink, Burrow Strike, combining with the Ice Blast. Enchantress very much caught out. The full stuff, he'll dodge the Ice Blast, but the Sonic Wave has to be committed to put him down while Tims catches DY in the back lines. And that's what TNC want. A chaotic split from Vici Gaming, not in the position that Vici wanted to fight.
Yep, they couldn't RP there, and they got the easy-to-kill heroes caught off first. The Enchantress dies very quickly if she gets hit by all this magic burst. And you see what he is quick by. He wants a cloak, just any magic resistance value that he can get right now to try to stay alive. So it's good kills, but still no tower damage. The waves are still not good, and they're going to be forced back.
Vici's going to look to fight the second the two are up again. There's a double damage rune. Ori actually gave his bottle over to Juggernaut, so they're able to bottle this DD for as long as they can.
Oh, quick reaction from Cuckoo there on the blink.
He realized he was underneath the sentry. But this battle for vision's definitely kicking in now. DY already gets rid of the northern sentry, puts down his own observe ward. As information around Roshan begins, can either team really go into the pit though? Like, can they actually take Roshan without... Because it feels like there's enough of an answer to whoever is first to start it.
If you go in there as Vici, you're kind of risking a lot, because if an Ice Blast flies on top of you, you're setting up the same thing to jump in, you could suddenly start losing multiple heroes in the pit. And if you're TNC and you go in there, well, you have another problem. You can't kill Roche very fast, so...
Let's see how much damage Ori has got. Tim's actually able to get the avalanche off. Moves into the tree line, needs 2 seconds, 1 second. Got attacked, just tosses Tim's away. Needs some more time. Dodging, no he can't. Here comes the rest of the support. Paparazzi, Yang, they've arrived and Tim's will die in the trees. But there's still a 5-man commitment from Vici Gaming coming to the bottom lane to kill off the support.
Yeah. They're gonna leave Jugger down here to push the tower, and then I reckon they might rotate the Enchantress up once her TP is ready to try to make a fight top as well. Jugger has his ready.
Yeah, look how fast Ori has moved over. Instantly stunned with Laguna Blade. RP comes out. You are going nowhere, Armel. They just used every stun available, and the Life Stealer, who was just around the corner, still was just like, I cannot help.
He can't help. The guy I was looking for to help there when they jump in is the Sand King, but he was showing in mid, so they made it very easy for Vici Gaming to make the decision to go. As soon as you see, this is something we've talked about in previous casts in this TI as well, is the problem you have when you're playing without save is you have to be extra wary of what heroes you're showing where, because you can't buy the time. If your guy gets jumped when you're splitting in multiple lanes, there's nobody who's going to protect this Queen of Pain and keep her from dying. Sand King is your best bet, but he's mid.
That Observer Ward, they're trying to use it again to get the initiation off. It's still 30 seconds before the runes are up, but they see that double damage Juggernaut, and they're definitely thinking twice, but there's no RP available, and now the jump comes in. A Burrow Strike being used defensively from Cuckoo. They're really running scared here, TNC.
Yeah.
Like, if this was TNC with confidence, they would have just instantly gone. That's a double Burrow Strike into possible RP into, like, glory.
I don't know if it's that easy.
If
they're all there,
if you're TNC, your eyes light up for it.
If they're all there and they hit all spells, maybe. But you've got to be super wary with. If you're committing on Jugger and you don't kill him, he's going to turn around and kill 2 or 3 heroes with Omnislash. Like that's the kind of Juggernaut game this is right now. He's just so far ahead of everybody else, and they know it too. It's very obvious in the game that Paparazzi are way ahead of the curve. And TNC, I agree with you. They should be trying to find that TNC let's go spirit, but there's always 2 teams in the game, and if the other team doesn't present an easy opportunity, it's easier said than done. Vici Gaming are not giving them many openings to take a fight.
TNC are keeping a close eye on Roshan, because that's the opportunity that they're really hoping for. Vici feel confident enough that they can move inside the pit, and it gives TNC that clustered team fight that they need to force Vici into. But it ain't happening for the moment. Paparazzi just continues to farm up. That butterfly is rapidly approaching. Ori's having the same type of thing. BKB is done.
That's huge, this game.
Oh, he's going to steal the Arcane Rune from right in front of a Cuckoo. Yule Scepter up. Ori's going to hit the Lion Strike array, but a Pyro Strike does get Cuckoo into a relatively safe position.
And Vici Gaming just keep gaining on the map. They keep split pushing, they keep farming with their Empower. They'll constantly nuke out the mid wave with the Lina. Top lane, doesn't really matter. There's nothing up there right now. Tims will still go there because it's the best play he has on the map is to push this and hope to force a reaction that can ultimately set them up for some sort of skirmish or fight. But again, the pushing threat is not very serious. And therefore Vici Gaming are totally fine with just clearing out the map every 30 seconds, get whatever they want, and play for bounty runes. But right now, they're choosing to smoke. They're seeing an opportunity. Lina's not here. She's showing top, and that's what's kind of setting up their play. TNC false feeling of safety here.
They just de-water both the Orbs and the Sentry, but Avalanche toss with the Ice Blast. This would be a kill. It's over on DY, but it's DY. He'll buy back. He's a support. That's not what they wanted, but you'll take what you can get.
I honestly think trading his life away for D-Ward is worth it. he is worth less than a ward in the situation, because as long as TNC are playing in the dark, the moves that they need to make are exceptionally difficult to execute. And Vici Gaming can constantly just play around this Roshan area to pose this threat of killing the Rosh or of invading their jungle. The smoke from Vici Gaming, obviously in that instance, did not work out, so that's a bit of a minor win for TNC, but
yeah,
no progression being made as to what will end up winning them this game. There's only one type of play really left that will win them the game, and that's that big team fight where they get the jump. The skirmishes don't really exist anymore, and maybe you can get one pickup here or there, maybe you get a Witch Doctor, maybe you get an Enchantress, but it doesn't cut it. You gotta aim bigger.
Because there's no sustained damage. Going through the butterfly, it's going to be difficult. So jump in, magical burst, just kill off whoever you can, back up, reset, go again. But eventually they'll need to have an answer to Paparazzi. They'll need to have an answer to this insane level of farm that he's managed to achieve.
As the butterfly purchased, he's going to go top, start pushing out, get him power.
28 minutes in.
He has 60 armor.
Sure.
He's ice armored by what? Ench creep.
Ench creep?
Where's that Ench creep?
I don't know. Like,
I guess
must be on the other side.
He probably lost it. He's been taking many creeps as a wolf right now.
Cuckoo under the cover of smoke. Yang. And that feels like bait. Cuckoo blinks up, Burrow strikes. Here comes your Ice Blast coming in with the 4-stars. Oryx just pushed away. So is Fade, but he was silenced up, so no RP available for him. And maybe with Tim's control on the back lines, TY can't do enough to really stop him. Here comes Gabby once again, looking for his targets, but the Omni Slash, the damage is ridiculously good. Tim has been pushed away. He does have the Life Stealer inside of him. The downhill fall from the ground with the impetus. It does a lot of damage. He has to hide in the pit. 2, 1, now Blink away to safety. Taking Gabby with him.
We're so close to getting one swing in. If they get a hit on the Tiny, they both die. Huge for TNC to get out of that mess. They still didn't really win the exchange, but at the very least, it wasn't a complete disaster.
Vortex is giving some information. Tim's just had to toss his tree in, but with the Vortex, Tim's, you can see him. He knows he's got an Observer and Sentry around the side, but wait, he didn't realize there was a dire Observer board right above. 4-star! He'll try and dodge the stuns, throws out the Avalanche. Here comes your Ice Blast as well. You're going to find inside the pit. Tim's the only one hit by that, and that's an ally. Gabby, how can he get away? 3 seconds till Infest. Up the hill, continues to raid, continues to toggle, and he does have the distance. All right, time jump to Dragon. That'll be a little bit more immune. Up Tim's, he's in it once again. Another huge Avalanche, but where's the follow-up? Yang, Paparazzi, Ori, they're still up on the high ground. A double Burrow strike from Cuckoo is buying space for Tim's. He's just hiding inside the trees. Stay away from him, Yang. No, not gonna happen. Trees are not safety. Tiny will buy back once again underneath the shrine. DY, he's trapped down. Gabby able to get back-to-back kills, but Tim's, who does he want? He's still realizing that there's just vision absolutely everywhere, but now Armel jumps in once more. Looking for a target, won't happen.
So patient outside. He's just waiting on the low ground for TNC to make any missteps so he can blink RP with that empowered Jugger.
Back to Roshan. SK prepping the epi, blinks forward, hits the Burrow strike, over towards Selena. He's under his own sentry ward, so he feels okay inside this sandstorm, but still both the abilities from Ori able to connect. Fade looking for the skewer, blindly attempting to drag him away, but it won't happen.
Still overall a net game for Vici Gaming in these last 2 minutes with tons of fighting. They're still the ones coming out on top. TNC using buybacks on both the AA as well as the Tiny. And keep in mind, Vici Gaming took these fights without using RP.
Yep.
So it can get worse than that very quickly. You've got to be super mindful of your positioning.
But that's also props to TNC for their positioning. Here we go again for Roshan Tim's. Not realizing the dire Observe ward was on top of the hill, but great 4-star. Getting some distance. But they were definitely looking for the fight on Roshan. That's why that AA blast ended up in the pit, not out the front of it. Don't know how you can actually highlight that entire thing, because it kept going on for a good minute and a bit.
That's a very long fight.
The Satamian Steel is watching Roshan. This Observer and Sentry actually down from the Radiant, just north of the pit. That's actually what gave Tiny his confidence to do what he did, but now it's going to get de-warded out. We've got a Gem of True Sight over on Ori. No more hiding. Ice Blast coming in. DY, 4-star, tries to just push him out. Not chilled up. The RP. It does catch out Gabby. He's raised up. The Sonic Wave is huge from Armel. He blinks in with a scream. Cuckoo needs some distance. Burrow coming up cooldown. Now he'll die through the middle of the burrow. And TNC have been fighting in to Vici Gaming and eventually had to bite him in the butt. One support for 2 cores, 3 cores.
It feels so hard to play Queen of Pain in this situation. You want to blink in, you want to cast your spells, but you're just exposing yourself to get jump off.
Oh, back out again. Take the paralyzing consequence.
Back.
Where do you think you're going? A fire strike! Huge from Kuku! Combining with Gabby! He actually gets the Imcast! And also the Icebox Paparazzi! It doesn't clip him! He's just fast enough, but it's not fast enough to run away from Gabby! He's just gonna stay right on the back of that one and move to the next target! Enchantress just above Roshan! Ori's trying to force Gabby away inside the jungle and down the hill! Another Yule Scepter! Up he goes! Light Strike Array follow-up won't happen! Rage is there to protect Gabby! As TNC are on the retreat, now it's TNC who forced the buybacks out from Vici, Jug, Mag, and Witch Doctor, all committing them.
That was huge from them. This combination is massively important for the outcome of this game. If they are to win, that's the play that did it.
They're going to finish Roshan. RP's down, so they're feeling confident about this.
And I think Vici are going to let them have it. They can't.
Oh, watch Fade, watch Fade, watch Fade. He wants to jump in, and okay, no, don't, stop watching Fade. It ain't going to happen anymore.
I stopped watching Fade a moment. Right.
Okay, maybe we should start watching him again. He may actually go down. Overstaying is welcome. The Ice Blast comes in. He'll shatter with a Burst Stride from Kuku. They keep the control up. And Fade is dead for a very long time. He committed the buyback before, so TNC with a fresh Aegis in hand, they're going to push down mid.
Yep. No RP for 60 seconds. And that's the big teamfight tool that they have to be scared of when they're playing into Vici Gaming. But now that it's not available, sure, there's this strong Jugger, but he doesn't have Empower. Empower is dead, RP is dead. They might just choose to go high ground with this. It's not going to be that easy, but it's easily the best opportunity they've had all game to do something big.
They need some good wave clear now, Vici Gaming. And it looks like TNC, they're not going to push the issue. They're coming back. They're looking towards the jungle. The Juggernaut's already grabbed the bottom lane. It's going to push out with his Manta units.
Man, I would have loved to see them go high ground there. I think this is a missed opportunity. I don't think it's going to get much easier than this. You have this Aegis for 5 minutes. You can start poking this tower, see what you can get out of it while Empower is not there. Now instead, you're going to be facing Vici Gaming at more than likely full force when it happens again. I reckon they will be smoking for the Bounty Rune fight. Potentially, if there is a smoke available. There is one on DY.
Moves away.